Hello people, so a lot of anticipation for the chapter 958 considering the last string of chapters we've been getting, specifically 956 and 957 were grade A gold mine chapters which could have been respectively chapters of the year on their own. When you consider the last two chapters of Wano Act 2, they were also amazing. Tremendous foreshadowing and setup as to what's to come in Wano Act 3, which we did begin in this chapter. However, I like how the previous chapter was obviously going to be a tough act to follow, no pun intended. But it was going to be curious how Oda was going to reintroduce us back into Wano for Act 3. I do like we started off with a flashback and then the act begun, so I kind of like that. However, I will say there's still mystery as to why Oda continues to have Kazuki Oden in silhouette. I'm sure he has his reasons and we're going to find out. It's going to be meaningful by the time we get that reveal. So we have on the cover page, we have Capone and Chiffon as well as Vito playing the guitar. Looks like they've left just Rosa, and it turns out Lola was not there. So I wonder if they got the message where Lola is. And considering it's on Dress Rosa, I think it would be a good opportunity to see Rebecca and Viola's reaction to what happened with Alabasta in the Kingdom. We still don't know. The reveille's already taken place, so it'd be a good opportunity to see their reaction. We saw Shirahoshi's reaction to Vivi. Possibly something bad happening to her. We still don't know. I guess we'll have to wait until after Wano Act 3. The thing about this is, I know a lot of people like the world building, and so do I. It's probably one of the best aspects of One Piece, but Oda can't spend the rest of the year world building. He needs to get into Wano Act 3, and depending on whether or not that's the final act is debatable, but he needs to get that underway because he needs to continue the story progression pretty soon, so things can move into full effect. Once we do get to past Wano, we already seen the setup coming. So in the chapter of a flashback with Roger and the Roger Pirate, which is always cool to see Roger, any type of flashback, interacting with his crew. We get to see Crocus, we get to see Rayleigh in his prime. They're talking with Kazuki Oden, and Oden is like thinking he's already left Wano, but they want him to become the Shogun, so now he has to go back. It's cool to see Buggy and Shanks even interacting with Oden, even though we don't get to see his face. Considering how Akainu and Sengoku were hyping the hell out of Oden in the previous chapter, there has to be a reason why Oden continues to keep his appearance a secret, at least for now. So he's going back with his retainers, obviously referring to the samurai. It'll open up the borders to Wano. Conveniently says he'll wait 20 years. Now, I find that very ironic because it was precisely 20 years ago when Momonosuke, his house got burned, his mother got killed apparently, and Momonosuke and the rest of the samurai got sent 20 years into the future by Lady Toki's abilities. I find that very ironic. It's like, could this have been planned just in case? Oden knew something might happen like this, and that's why. Because I always wondered why Lady Toki decided to go 20 years. Maybe it had something to do with the prophecy, but either way, it was the prophecy that Lady Toki spoke of, but maybe this is where Oden got it from. Clarification of that, but I found that very interesting. Then, points out in the chapter, 25 years have passed, and then we begin Wano Act 3. The very simple chapter is pretty much Orochi having his final banquet before leaving for Onigashima. And it's like he's anticipated the plan of the Samurai Alliance. Something that mentions is very interesting to me is like the Orochi Fukurakuju of the Oniwaban. And what's very interesting is it mentions like Kirishiro to guard the capital, so he's not participating in this banquet. This year will fall to Kirishiro, which I find very ironic. But fast forward at the end of the chapter, it doesn't look good for the samurai right now. So we need clarification as to what happened with the allies that were supposed to be meeting them there. So Kirishiro could be responsible. I doubt it. Speculation of him being Denjiro. And then you see a fleet of ships leaving, sail for Onigashima. Dubious around Wano. At least ironic considering what's about to go down. And immediately as you see the lively expressions of the people of Wano, you see the weather change. In fact, it describes the weather changing very drastically. And then we see the clouds. You see the clouds form. You see the rain falling. And then you see the thunder and lightning. And see the waves washing over. It's kind of like, is Kaido doing this? So something obviously happened to their crew. You see the ships in the distance, and I like, by the way, I like Okiku's mask. Like, it's completely different from the demon mask she went. It was still another demon mask, but it's like kind of, it was a darker one this time. So I thought that was kind of badass because they're staring out in Onigashima. Nobody's waiting their arrival, so it's like, what the hell happened? This is the skull of Onigashima Island. That's not a good sign if there's only 9 red scabbards. And if Kaido knows, you see the storm, so I'm almost certain he knows what's about to happen. Transponder scales aren't working, so they can't get in contact. Why is no one here? Where did they disappear to? And even Momonosuke's panicking. They see the, you see the symbol, like, so it's like breaking down. Something bad's gonna happen to the samurai. You can almost feel it. You see the what looks to be like the ships being dismantled, or at least past the ships. They're trying to get in contact while everybody is being dubious in Wano. Nobody's knowing anything about this, which makes it even more sad and tragic, to be honest with you. With Luffy, Hyogoro, Law, the fact that the actually suspected Law, but they're still trying to get in contact with him, which makes me feel I don't think Law's the traitor here. Just pointing that fact out. We cannot, with this many, 40,000 stand before us. So that's what Kingdom on screens before the Shinobu and Momonosuke. Shinobu's tearing up, and you gotta give credit where credit's due. They may get slaughtered here, but Ajira Doji is like manning up to man up. Enough of that Kinemon. That's how they describe it. So it's not that they've been abandoned. It's like Orochi anticipated this, so he improvised. His crew to take care of this. I guess we're going to find out in the next chapter what happened. In a very formative, simple chapter, Oda wanted to get it out of the way so he can move on to the next sequence of Wano. It's like, did Orochi have a plan? And if he did, who leaked this information out? That's the question we have to be asking ourselves now. It could have been Law, but I highly doubt it. It could be Hiyori. A lot of people speculating, but that makes no sense because she's literally throwing her brother under the bus. But we really don't know what happened in these past 20 years to Hiyori, truly. So, and a lot of people speculated because Hiyori may betray the Straw Hats. You know how Pudding was like friendly with Sanji and the rest of the Straw Hats at first, but then we got some type of insight, true nature, and she ended up shooting Reiju in the legs and looking to try and kill Sanji and the Vincent Smokes, as well as tormented Luffy and Nami and all that stuff. Maybe it's something similar with Hiyori. You never know. Oda could play that twist. However, the thing about this is, at least with Pudding, it was kind of obvious that was about to come down. Here, it would be totally out of left field, and plus, she'd be betraying her own people as well as her own family. So that'd be a crazy twist. Or maybe there's just somebody else that's leaking this information. We don't really know. What we do know is there's a double agent in the form of ex-Drake. So, according to what we found out in the previous chapter, the Admirals and the Marines will not be getting involved in Wano. Akainu is pretty much hesitant about what to approach Wano with the samurai and not knowing the numbers. So that's been repeated over and over again. So I'm curious what's going to happen. What I also found ironic is we didn't get any member of the Straw Hats in this chapter, and I'm kind of glad that we didn't because most of the Straw Hats are interacting now. So we should not be getting any of the crews separated. Most of the plot points got resolved. And when it looks like the Straw Hats are going to reunite pretty soon, and that's going to be a big moment in and out of itself, without having been downplayed by Oda with the other stuff that's happening on Wano. But it's a chapter to get the beginning of Wano at 3 and into the next phase of Wano, which looks like it's going to be the attack of the Samurai Alliance, and we'll find that out pretty soon. Unfortunately, we have 2 weeks to wait because we're on break next week. But Oda's been hit out of the park over the past few months, so I think Oda deserves it. And when we do come back, it's going to be interesting to see what is next. Are the samurai going to be decimated by Kaido? They're literally staring into the face of death with Kaido and now Big Mom, and they knew nothing about that. So that's going to be a problem. And I said this before when we left Wano at 3. Did nobody think to tell the Alliance that Luffy, Chopper, and Momonosuke, as well as Tama, as well as Akiku, she was there, she met Big Mom, so why wasn't anything mentioned? You might want to be wary of another Yonko, by the way. I forgot to tell you this. So it's going to be crazy to see what happens next. I don't like the Samurai's chances. If they are standing in front of 40,000 people, including the ranks of Queen, King, and the rest of Big Mom and Kaido Alliance. This is going to be bad news for Momonosuke. I wonder, would Oda have the balls to actually kill him off? We still didn't get a reveal to Kazuki Odin. I'm curious to why that is. Despite we get flashbacks to Roger, I definitely thought that was the best part of the chapter, honestly. Because learning more about Roger and the Roger Pirates is always cool. Again, chapter to move the story forward when it comes to Wano. So let me know what you guys think is going to happen next in the comments below. That's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like this review if you did. Subscribe to channel for more One Piece. Catch you guys later. Thanks, guys. Bye.